I'm your statue, your heart is a magnet, I'm coming at you. Girl, you're my target, I'm aiming at you. You're a comet, I'm trying to catch you. We can break any rule they ever taught you. Forget about anything they ever bought you. Cause me and you don't need a lot in this world to get by. Plus you know I got you, you pull me in. I don't resist, time seems to fly but the clock doesn't tick. I crash into you, we both feel the hit. We both feel the way that our chemicals mix. And I wish that I just keep my eyes shut. Maybe this time will be enough. So I need the dark. Without you here, I would never see the stars. I'm headed for you. Foot on the gas. I'm coming straight at you, no looking back.
I forgetting to activate my mic. Sorry again. So as you can see the table here, the top 4 is currently Rejects, Akbar, Endgame, and APA. The top 3 are all through Rejects, Akbar, and Endgame, and it depends on the winner of APA versus Ikra. The winner will qualify to the final stage of the top 4. So there is no tie. Don't worry about the tie breaker rules. Crowley, Immortals, and TQT unfortunately are out of the tournament as of tonight. The final stage will be held from the 18th to the 20th of May, and I'll be following Challengers tournament tomorrow, hopefully. If not, then I will see you in the lower echelon championship. These are the fixtures. Ewinet will be following Endgame versus Akbar. I'll be following Immortals versus TQT. Fujit will be following Crowley versus Rejects, and Nino will be following the most important game of the night, which will be Ikra versus APA. And the maps are Alpenstadt, Rockview, Mine Ruins, and Normandy. And I think this set of maps is very diverse, so it really tests your all-roundedness of the team. So this is a good test for both ICRA and APA, and I will be extremely I will try to get all. I'll try to end my stream early if our games have finished quickly. Thomas Peterson has made the following predictions. After TQT, Rejects and APA are predicted to win. POG and RNG are all predicted to win their lower bracket first round, but it should be upper bracket final we are predicting here, because not the lower bracket first round. I believe Noxu is actually facing POG, yes. So it's just me forgetting to change the title. Yes, POG versus Noxu and I versus RNG in the upper bracket final. RNG and POG both predicted to win and qualify to the grand final, but this season has been a season of upsets, so this prediction might not be right. Noxu can surprise us all again with a win against POG, and also I can also surprise us all with a win against RNG. You never know. The tournament favorites, a lot of tournament favorites in the challenges and lower echelon championship are out, so nothing is for certain. And this is the power rating, which will be updated after tomorrow, and you can see a lot of changes to the teams, especially below TQT, where you will see a new top 8 team. You will see a new top 8 team as Isra got knocked out by POG yesterday. Not POG, it was Pool. I think POG also beat Isra on a tiebreaker. And yes, this table will look very different after tomorrow. And yes, I think the room might be up very soon, so I will go into the room. Yes, the room is up, so let's go in. Immortals versus TQT. Alpenstadt, both these teams are already out, so tonight is just me tonight is just relaxing for both of these teams. Hopefully they will gear up themselves to come back stronger next season. And we can also look at the brackets, which is not right. We're going to change that because I'm showing the challenges. I'm showing the Apex server for the challenges and lower echelon championship. So bear with me on that. There we go. We have the brackets. POG versus Noxu, the loser of that against Hu, and then we have Alien versus LNG, loser of that against Trek. PWNZ also got surprisingly knocked out, which is, to my surprise, PWNZ knocked out Crayon. Crayon is one of the contenders, but now they've been knocked out by Trek, which I don't think anyone is seeing this coming. I don't think a lot of people are seeing this coming, but really, really well done to them. I've opened a poll about which clan will finish in the top 4, and currently you're saying ICRA. Oh, wait for a moment. Alright, so let's look at the lineups for both of these teams. Right, there we go. Immortals. I see a lot of people are surprised about Immortals qualifying to the top 8 stage, but they've won an important match against Crowley, which really destroyed their chances in the top 4 essentially. Otherwise, they will be on 3 points, and the top 4 fight will become extremely exciting. But Immortals won an important match against them. And now, against TQT, can they end on a high? No one is predicting, I would say essentially no one is predicting. Virtually no one is predicting Immortals to finish this high. And I think this is going to be a huge boost for them. And I'm happy to see them in the top 8 stages, in the top 8 stage again. They were in the top 8 in the spring season last year, but they haven't appeared since. So this is going to be their first top 8 professionals tournament season since 2022 spring, and it has been a long time, but good to see them back. And I hope they will continue to improve and do even better in the summer season. And TQT obviously. The Dark Horses coming to this tournament, they are trying to pick up a point, but so far they haven't been able to do so. But I really hope they will get something out of this tournament, because they've shown us a lot of positives. Even if they can't win a match, they will be happy about a lot of the performances they've shown to us over the professionals tournament. I would love to see them back in the top 8, and hopefully they will be back in the top 4, just like the winter season. But we will go in Immortals versus TQT. Let's go up high and see where both teams will go. Immortals red team from the north spawn. We have Bao looking to get the spots in the T100 LT, and he will try to see if anyone from TQT is going for the A side, which does seem to be the case. 3 tank spots. I don't think that's that's Liberty spot again. Bao, good job in not putting. Oh, now he put a shot. Good job in waiting. Actually, this is why you want to wait until the team until you see a lot more tanks. And they know 4 tanks are going to the northwestern corner, so this is the information that Immortals can work with. On the other hand, TQT, I'm not sure if they have obtained a lot of information, but they are also in quite aggressive positions, and we could potentially see Baby Potato at 97 coming from below, looking to take out Foshe. He's pretty much alone, but the rest of Immortals tanks can come in to support Foshe. Baby Potato is now under attack, under the crossfire of Immortals. Immortals definitely have support over to Foshe. Foshe is still being is still the focus of TQT, and I think TQT might shift their attention to someone else, and that will be Rename user and the Super Conk. And Super Conk would not survive long. Down to a 1 shot. Will drive away, but he will not survive. And this brings us to a 7 versus 6 situation in favor of TQT. Fortunately, is still pretty low. TQT is doing pretty well with the focus fire so far, but they also lost a lot of hit points in the bleeding. But Immortals need to start killing tanks. Otherwise, they will be under a strong disadvantage with the effective DPM. They got both Baby Potato and 97 out, but TQT have already extended the hit point pool lead. Ison is now dead, and they are now trying to tag Immortal Cross. With Irina the focus for Immortals, it's 4 versus 5. It's looking quite unlikely for Immortals to take this home. I think they left it a little bit too late to kill the tanks of TQT. And TQT, that focus fire discipline is better for me. That leaves only 2 tanks remaining alive for Immortals. Cross and also Marchinak, the 2 remaining tanks on the battlefield. And Cross will be out of the game. Irina gets rammed to death by Marchinak, and Cross is still alive, if barely, but Destined Liberty will get the kill. Oh, it's not Destined Liberty, it's actually Rumpelstiltskin. Well done to TQT, that's a great start. Great start for TQT. And we have 6 tanks doing more than 2k Immortals, we see 3 tanks doing more than 2k, but I think they are not quick enough in getting those kills. Otherwise, it could have been a lot closer. And TQC made sure they make use of the guns available on the battlefield to take out Immortals tanks, so that their effective DPM is much lower. So good start to TQT, and Immortals will need to answer all the doubts that everyone has for their deservedness in the top 8. And I hope they will answer us those questions in the next battle. Immortals versus TQT. What will happen next? Immortals are ready, back in the quadruple super conquerors. T100 LT and IS7 and MLE. Marchina in the MLE, and TQT on the other hand, triple 6TP and IS7, a Strift K and then an MLE and also T100 LT. Second battle. No, they're changing the setup. TQT will take IS7 instead with Nico and Desert Liberty in the 60TP. Alright. They have to get ready. Oh, nope, Desert Liberty would not take the 60TP, but a Strift K instead. For those of you who are watching the stream, there is more important stream coming up. Happening right now, and that is 9-0 following APA versus Ikra, and I do advise you all to watch that stream. But great, but thank you if you're staying behind to see Immortals versus TQT, but this battle will not matter for both these teams. These 2 teams are eliminated, so go ahead and watch 9-0 stream if you want to know who is going to end up in the top 4. First battle win goes to TQT, and let's go up high and see where both teams are going to go. Immortals red team from the south spawn with TQT blue team from the north spawn. Alright. Let's look at Bao 1 in the T100 LT. Trying to get the spots for the team, but TQT aren't going for A this time, they're going for C. And Classical has got some good spots. I think I'm just going to change to his perspective. Cross is spotted, but yes, they haven't spotted a lot of tanks. Most of the Immortals tanks are sitting quite close to B. So TQT will have the cap lead as Immortals do not have A at the moment, but they will soon get A without any issue. Oh, but Cross is spotted, and the TQT's crossfire crippled Cross, and Cross will be fighting for his life. Oh, this is not nice. Cross have now fixed his ammo rack, but this is going to be a difficult battle for Immortals, as they now have a hit point pool disadvantage, and potentially maybe they still have the DPM, but they have to trade a lot better than TQT now. Immortals. What would they do? Where would they rotate? They need to do that rotation. However, there is still a lot of time. 5 cap points for 2 seconds to increase. Quickly doing the maths. We are talking about around 2 minutes to go for them. So there is still a lot of time. Bao 1 will be very important in getting those spots. But then Bao 1, you know, I'm not sure if they've seen the stream on Apex server. So maybe they did, or maybe it's just from their experience. Bao 1 is going deep into TQT spawn, and TQT aren't taking double 50 Bs. So Immortals, what would they do here? Gula in the Super Conk reminds me of the Souls team. Was a really long history. Souls. I do remember APA and Souls Polish rivalry. I mean, it's one of the most heated rivalries throughout 2020 and 2021. I think Souls folded in 2022, if I remember correctly, or maybe I just was not right with that information, and they were pretty decent. I think they tried to get top 4, but they couldn't. They were very close though. Yeah, good old times, really. So we still have Immortals hanging on. We only have less than a minute left to go before Immortals need to make a push. So, are they going to pressure TQT? They've fled a couple of hit points away of TQT. But TQT is now defending their C, looking at Immortals spawn. So Immortals, they push over to C, it will be a tremendously difficult push. So, will Immortals push elsewhere? Will they try to crowd onto B, or will they try to flank from below through this river here and pop up at the backside of TQT? We shall find out soon. But what Immortals are doing well at the moment is they've led TQT bit by bit. And they now have the hit point pool advantage, which is going to be essential for their push. But they also lost some hit points with Pigula. Pigula might have been shot by 97th, and Bao1 is going to get aggressive and try to get to B. And time is ticking. Immortals need a response, and their response is to cap B. But will TQT be ready for this? Oh, Classical is there to reset Bao1, but that was a miss. Oh, but Nico puts a good shot. I think Bao1 might not be able to get B, or maybe he could. Ison takes a hit for Bao1, and we can see a push coming in from Immortals, Marcinek, and also Forshi trying to get Nico. Forshi getting the Classical instead, but it's a miss. But we also see a 1v1 of Pigula versus 97th. TQT in huge trouble. But if they can kill across, that will give them some advantage. Nico down to a one-shot, and this can get really close. But they found Rename User at one shot. If they can kill attack, that would be huge boost for them. But that's the Liberty bounces. Rimpos also gets the kill onto Rename User. But will TQT survive? Nico cannot survive. That's Liberty is out of the fight. And it's now a 6 versus 5 situation. Ison will get B, and that's going to be an important cap later in the game. At the same time, Cross is out. But this 1v1 fight, 97 is going to lose this fight. Immortals are looking for a win, looking for a good win here, and TQT are really struggling with the guns, and I believe it's definitely Immortals' game. Well done to Immortals. Great job in bleeding TQT, and with A also captured, Immortals get the next one, bringing this to a 1-1. Well done to Immortals. Oh, I forgot to update the scoreline, so bear with me for a moment. I'll be back. 1-1 for both teams. Sorry, Kerm, forgot to do that. I am getting progressively sick as the day wears on, so please don't mind me if I start to forget stuff. Because I am coming down from a sore throat and I'm starting to cough as well. I hope I'll be I hope I will be better tomorrow, but things cannot be certain. I might get tremendously sick tomorrow, and we will see if I will cancel my EU stream in that case, which is going to suck. But there are enough streamers to follow both challenges and Blue Atom Championship. We'll see about tomorrow how I feel about my health, but yeah. But just a warning that I might cancel if I'm not feeling better tomorrow. We're going to the third battle on Rock Feud. 1-1 for both teams, Immortals and TQT, battling out for the 7th place. They don't want to finish last. No one loves to finish last in the last place, and especially for TQT, they're looking for their first point. Rock Feud, but then also kudos to both these teams. They did not give up. They make use of this opportunity to train their team, and I think it's really good for them to show up and play this last round very seriously, because they know that this is an opportunity to show us why they deserve to be in the top 8. Plus, they want to get them more experience, so they could improve on their play style and so on. So huge applause for this. And we're in for some really good games. So very impressive stuff. But if you're still watching the stream, and if you want to check out the more important games, do head over to 90 to follow Raid is not here. APA versus Ikra. I'm going to mention that throughout the entirety of the stream. But thank you very much if you are staying behind, and thank you very much from both of these teams too. I think, I definitely think, because they need supporters. They need some viewers. They need some supporters for their games tonight. And it's really good if you could stay behind and support these two teams. They would highly appreciate that. So thank you very much. Cross tries to get A, but it's not going to be the case because TQT is there to shut down Cross. He will try again, but 60 TP. Will TQT try to use HE shouts? Oh, TQT now will put Classical in, but Immortals will get the cap first unless Immortal Cross is able to be reset by TQT. Or maybe not. Both teams will get both A and C almost immediately. I can't tell. I can't tell which team has the cap more earlier. I have to go back and look at my screen to see which clan gets the cap lead first. And there's like a 3-minute delay on the stream, so it will take some time for that to happen. Rename user is being shot at, and TQT have not led anything so far with Marcinek in the Strift K. Is he going to put a good shot to Arena? Oh, it's both of them missed. There's still a lot of time for both teams. We're still talking about 2 minutes or thereabouts to go for both of these teams to figure out where they are going. But TQT were trying to extend their cap lead by capturing B, but Immortals, do they have tanks to do the reset shots? However, Redeem user could get absolutely smacked, but TQT's Frostfire is there. Good shot onto Baby Potato, that would reset B, but we could potentially see a push coming in from TQT onto A. Rename user is in trouble. Ripple Souls could try to put a shot onto Rename user, but Rename user is holding up well, but it's going to be a 2 vs 4 situation here. On the other hand, Immortals will try to get C back, and Arena might be in trouble. So it's all down to the shot efficiency, whether the Super Conquerors of Ice and the Rename user can survive for long enough. Baby Potato ready to receive, ready to put a shot onto Ice, and Rename user gets tracked, but that track is promptly fixed, and Baby Potato absolutely needs to kill Rename user. Rename user bounces Baby Potato, and Rename user is out of the fight. It's going to be a 6 vs 7 now. So far so good for TQT, but it's not definitive because last kill is a 1 shot. If he gets killed, TQT will lose their important light tank, and that's going to be game changing. Baby Potato still alive, if barely, but Desert Liberty puts a good shot onto Foshi, and I said this going to be the focus for TQT. Baby Potato still alive, but TQT, very important, they got all 3 caps, and if they can maintain their tanks alive, they will win by caps, and that's going to give them a huge boost. But Desert Liberty and Baby Potato are now gone. 5v5 here. The hit points are neck and neck. Cross is the focus for TQT, and he's being taken out by 97 at the same time. Let's follow the 1v1 fight here. Arena versus Pigula. Can Pigula get a couple of bounces? Arena hopes to get a couple of bounces as well. Pigula bounces. But we could also see fights going on near A and B. But Pigula might be able to put a big shot onto Arena. Good one. But at the same time, 97 and Nico are trying to take out Marcinek. TQT, they just need to survive. Arena, can he put a good shot onto Pigula? Oh no, it's a bounce! Classical is dead, so this is an important kill. But Arena takes a hit. He dropped the reactive armor, but Nico's getting chased by Bao Wan. TQT is steadily losing this fight. And Arena might take a hit from Pigula now. Pigula might win this 1v1. 97 is dead. Nico is dead. TQT lose all 2 caps of A and B. Oh, Arena might be ruining about not killing Pigula quickly enough. Now, Pigula only needs to put a good shot onto Arena, and Immortals will win the next one. But there's a bounce, sadly. But Foshi will come to save Pigula, and he bounces Pigula. Arena gets the kill. This 1v1 fight will go in favor of Pigula. Well done to Immortals. That's amazing. Immortals will lead for the very first time tonight, 2-1 against TQT. TQT almost got it, but they are losing those individual fights, and Immortals showing that they have good individual skills. And but that was the scare with TQT getting all 3 caps. It really puts a lot of pressure to Immortals, but Immortals did not buckle. They continued to plow forward and they win all their fights. So that's so important. I think TQT got a bit distracted there. They thought they will have it in the bag, but if they lose all 7 tanks, they will still lose. So this is going to be another story. Rockfield, second battle. Will TQT bring one back? Again, thank you very much to everyone for staying behind and supporting both Immortals and TQT. I'm very sure both these teams would highly appreciate your to support them. And we all support both of these teams. We all support these 2 teams to do well in the top 8 stage. But let's go back and say Immortals versus TQT. And both of these teams are really trying their best not to finish last. And this is going to be exciting to watch. I love it. I don't think the prizes are any different if you finish 7th or 8th. Unless unless I remember different. Unless I couldn't remember. So once again, good job to both of these teams. I mean, previously on the EU server, we saw teams just, you know, not just kind of getting over with quickly and just not fielding 7 players or just dying very quickly. But both of these teams are not doing that. So great job to them. Great job to them.
Time to roll out.
And they've really shown some good sportsmanship in this round. So once again, huge kudos to both of these teams. Let's go back. Immortals this time for the north spawn, TQT blue team for the south spawn. They're going mostly to A this time. But rename user is trying to see if anyone's going to B. And Bao Wan in the T110E5. Will he see... Oh, he spotted Baby Potato and 97 potentially going for A. Will we see a shot coming in from Immortals team? Ooh. We see a miss coming from Baby Potato. He takes a hit though. 97 tries to get A. A good shot onto Ison. But TQT will get a lead with the A cap. Ooh, and they got the A cap. Marchina will go for C. And that will bring the cap deficit to within a kill. But at the same time, we can see TQT are stacking up near A, so we could potentially see a push coming in from there. And I think they're dropping the ball. They're going to push forward, and they're going to try and take out those tanks of Immortals. Will Immortals have the crossfire to shut down TQT? I don't think so. They are really trying to get Bao Wan quickly. Bao Wan dropped the reactive armor, and it all depends on TQT whether they can get the focus fire in. Bao Wan's now down to a 1-shot, and Immortals quickly responded by trying to get Nico out of the way. Bao Wan is now it's going to be in deep trouble, but maybe he could be saved. That's Liberty gets Bao Wan out, Nico is out, and it's a 6v6 situation. Piccolo is out. It's focus fire practice for both of these teams. That's the Liberty is out. It's a 5 versus 5 situation. It's going well for Immortals, but they do not have the hit point pooling. They got B, which is going to be crucial in the late game stages. Rename user is dead. It's now a 4 versus 5 situation. TQT now leading by a lot of hit points. But Rainbow Soul, now it's a focus for Immortals and Ison, is not going to survive for long due to 2 tanks or 3 tanks even trying to focus on Ison, but Classical bounces the shell. 4v5 at the moment. If Immortals are able to kill Rimple Sources, that brings them to 4 versus 4. And TQT really needs to be quick in getting those tanks. Ison have survived for way too long, but he is finally out of the fight. He unfortunately Immortals got 3 caps, so TQT have to get some caps back. And Foshi is also 1-shot, but he's going to play carefully. Not trying to be in the line of fire of TQT. And it all depends on Immortals whether they can team up together with the focus fire, but I don't think it's the case at the moment. Classical comes from behind, trying to put a great one onto Immortals. No. He's looking for Marcinak. There is also Immortals cross, but he turned just in time not to receive a Nikki shell. But he takes a big one nevertheless. TQT gets feedback. Is there still a chance for Immortals? They just have to work well together, then they could have a chance, but I don't think so. Crosses out. Marcinek is now down to one shot. And 97 and Classical Arena all down to one shot. I think there's still a chance for Immortals actually, but Classical Marcinek is killed. 1v3. Foshi have to camp at the back. He has no choice other than to stay very safe. So you can't blame Foshi for sniping from behind. He has done whatever he could to try to put a lot of shells in, but he's going to run away. Now TKT gets A, and Foshi will TKT overtake Immortals in the caps? Maybe. If TQT get a cap stop on C, but Foshi will be ready to kill whoever's trying to go to C. 97 will stay behind, and Arena will try to find Foshi. Time is running out for TQT. They will hope to have a cap just in time. I'm not sure if they're quick enough though. Arena gets the kill to Foshi, and that kill is going to seal the deal for TQT, bringing the scoreline to a 2-2. Hello everyone. What are the animals on my stream? Jesus. But TQT brings one back. 2-2. 5 tanks to more than 2k. Immortals 4 tanks to more than 2k. That push surprises Immortals, but Immortals also reacted very quickly. But TQT has slightly better focus fire agenda. Not saying Immortals have terrible focus fire. It's not that case. They do have good focus fire, but TQT are able to find an isolated tank better than Immortals in this case, and that's why they got the win. Despite Immortals getting all 3 caps at one point, I think again. But yeah, really good job to TQT. We are now on to My Ruins 2-2. There's still a chance for both of these teams to win. Both of these teams are equally matched, and that's what we want to say. At the same time, do we have the results for other tournament rounds? Let's see. Well, actually, let's not look at this. Let me just check. Let me just check through the website if we have results. And we are still waiting for results. None of the fixtures have completed, so we can only wait. So there is no 4-0 victory for any of these rounds. So going back to My Ruins, this time TQT will take double VKs, double MLEs, and IS7, a 60 TP and a 2.5B. Immortals, double Super Conquerors and NLE, a 60 TP, and IS7, a Strift K, and a mouse. Once again, thank you very much for following this stream and see both teams muscling against one another and fighting for their with the bottom of their heart. As a streamer, I'd say a huge thank you, although I know this is not an important game either way, but also from both of these teams, I'm very sure they will also be grateful for your support. So going back, Immortals, where are they going this time? Ison and Rename User in the double Super Conquerors. They are going to... Ooh, they're spreading out actually. Immortals will have tanks over to A and C, but actually no. These 3 tanks are going to stay very... it's going to sit very deep, with TQT maybe going for an aggressive strat right at the beginning. That's Liberty and Riptoken overlooking at B. They will try to get B on a post, but will Immortals have the reset shot? So let's follow Bow 1 in the mouse, or maybe Rename User in the Super Conqueror. But they haven't spotted Nico. Are they going to allow Nico to capture B? They do. So they would focus their attention onto A instead, which TQT, not APA, would try to go for. And Classical would go for A, but he might be able to get away with A, and that means Immortals need to make a rotation, and they would not have cap lead. And they have to make a decision quickly because it will be 10 cap points per 2 seconds increase. So doing the maths right now, they only have more just about 2 minutes to go, so the speed at which the captures are increasing will be quite quick. So they don't have a lot of time to waste. Less than 2 minutes actually. So Immortals, I think they paid a really huge price here. I'm not sure if this is going to be a worthy investment, but we shall see. All Immortals need to do is get a good pushback, and at the same time, Rainbow Soulskin. Oh, very interesting call for TQT. Is Rainbow Soulskin trying to go up this rock to get shots? But he gets shot one in return. So maybe this is not working. Oh, but this is interesting. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But he could not hold it down at the moment. So he's going to get away from this. Wow. Immortals. What? Oh, they're going to take B back. Now, TQT, are they going to make a counter push here? Maybe they do. Radiant Muses have taken a couple of hits. And Marchinek will try to get B. TQT, they need a response to Immortals' move. But they might be surrounded. 97 bounces. But also Baby Potato. So the shot efficiency is in favor of Immortals at the moment. And TQT are struggling to connect with one another. And this could be huge for Immortals. They will try to make use of this and get a good focus fire, good push. B has been captured by Immortals, so they just need to get all 7 tanks alive. Ice is now in deep trouble, now down to 1 shot, but Nico is also quite low. Rename user is also quite low. The hit points are in favor of Immortals, and who will win this one? Ice instead. 97 is now the focus for Immortals, and TQT 97 cannot survive. Nico is trying to put a good shot onto Bow 1, and Rainbow Soulskin will get Bow 1 out of the way, and it's now 5v6. TQT looking stronger and stronger. They're now trying to get Cross out of the way as well. And Pigula is the focus for TQT. It's looking clearer and clearer that TQT will take this one home. And Classical, can he put a good one? No, it's going to be Pigula, and that's going to be enough. That kill is going to be enough. Immortals were able to sever TQT, but TQT were able to address the issue with the shot efficiency, and they tidied up their focus fire. And those individual fights, they were winning those individual fights in the end. And despite Immortals getting B, they were able to pick up the kills more quickly than Immortals do. So now TQT will lead 3-2, and Immortals have to win 2 in a row in order to win the next fixture. So well done to TQT, and we will go back to Mayan Ruins. Yes. Well done. To TQT. That's a great game from them. And I think, this is like 50-50, and TQT winning this 50-50 fight, it's going to give them a strong boost. And now they're on a match point, and they only need to win the next one. I also know that TQT barely lost to Rejects. So if they can win a fixture against Immortals, that would be a huge consolation prize for them, for their efforts in the professional tournament. As for Immortals, they are a decent team. I hope they will come back even stronger next season. They will now take double strip case, T110E5 and 60 TP, and double super conqueror and a mouse. We will go back to Mayan Ruins and see what both teams are going to do. Immortals and TQT. This time, Immortals red team from the south spawn and TQT blue team from the north. Will TQT win the next fight, or will Immortals bring it to a tiebreaker? We'll find out soon. Let's see. Mayan Ruins.
Move out.
TQT. They are going to send most of the tanks over to A. And Immortals will send some tanks over to B. and some over to A potentially. So who will get a cap lead first? And TQT. We might see a 2v2 over C. Double strip case against double strip case. Oh, this will be a legendary fight. So let's follow them both. 97th is also coming with them, so if they can win a 3v2 fight, that will be good. But at the same time, Immortals will have the numerical advantage over to the other side, but they're dropping hit points at the beginning. And that's not good because they need to trade better now. And Nico's all, I mean, they haven't spotted 97 yet. So there's also Immortals coming to support the Strift case. But they don't know, oh, they now know it's 97, so this push might not work that well. I think Marginek blocked across for a little bit. Now Immortals have made a call to push Desert Liberty. How about Immortals? Do they have a response over to the middle? It's all about focus fire and having a lot of hit points. So this is all about individual skills and rolling. TQT so far is leading the hit points, and Immortals is holding up well down the middle. So it all depends on this 3v3 fight, whether Immortals can win this one. Nico kills, no, it's a 97 killing of Marcinek. That's Liberty's a one shot. Foshi gets the kill onto Nico, and I think That's Liberty will die very soon. Immortals bounces onto Destined Liberty, and that's not good. Foshi will potentially lose the fight against 97. Oh dear, oh dear. There is an issue here. Cross gets the kill. Classical is out. Immortals might be winning the fight in the middle. And Eisen is dead. Hit points are now neck and neck, actually. Foshi still has more hit points, but it's 1 versus 2 fight over to the C area. And this is still very close to call. 5 versus 4. But Cross is out. It's now a 4 versus 4. Ripple Soulskin is still full health. And he needs to start shedding some hit points. Bao 1 has Baby Potato down to 1 shot. So, oh, good shot from, oh, Baby Potato to Pigula. Pigula's now out. Foshi's out. Oh no! Immortals could not win the 3v3 fight over to C. Completely missed that in the end. Oh my lord. Now, Immortals do not have the cap and hit point pool advantage, but they have the cap lead. But things will get dire. They really need to start getting the kills. But Ripple Soulskin with full health, dropping Tungsten Shell, good shot onto Radiant User. Oh, Immortals. I think this would go to TQT here. TQT winning this brawl. I thought Immortals might have it in the mid-game stages. After all, they were winning the middle side and potentially the C side, and for some reason, TQT, the crossfire, just came through and got all the tanks up in the end. Killing Pigula is exceptionally important. Now, Bao is very, very slow at that bounce, so he will not be able to stop Reading User from being removed from the battlefield. Reading User, all he could do is to stay safe. However, there's still a chance. Oh, Ripple Soulskin's tracked. Irina will get a kill, potentially. Oh, it's a miss! It's a miss! There's still, I don't know if there's a chance. TQT with 97 coming in, potentially trying to kill Reading User. Reading User getting survival another day. No, he's out. Now, Bao 1 is the last person standing. Can he carry the team for Immortals and bring this to a tiebreaker? I don't think so. His mobility is just too low for this. TQT will get their first round win of the professionals tournament, and TQT will not finish in the last place. It will be Immortals that will be finishing in the last place. Well done to TQT. 4-2. Great games by both teams. Once again, huge well done to both these teams for getting into the top 8, but also good job to both these teams for not playing this one not seriously and showing us they care about this professionals tournament. Obviously, I'm streaming this tournament, so Wargaming might inflict punishment if the teams are not playing seriously. But both of these teams really show us some good stuff, and both of these teams can go away from this tournament and learn a lot from the gameplay. And I hope to see both of them stronger next season. They show a lot of promise, and I have a lot of faith in them. Well done to TQT for getting that win. It's going to be a 4-2 win. 4-2 win in favor of TQT. And we have results. APA 4-1 against Ikra, which means APA are through to the top 4 stage. Huge congratulations to APA. Endgame 4-3 against ARWV. That was close. Those games finished more quickly than Immortals and versus TQ2 actually. Crowley lost to Rejects 2-4, and we have our top 4 now. Okay, congratulations to Rejects, Endgame, ARWV, and APA. Rejects will finish in the first place with 7-round wins, so they have won all their rounds against all the teams in the professionals tournament. Endgame will be ahead of ARWV in the tiebreak as they've won against ARWV, but that won't matter because they will face each other again in the upper bracket first round and knockout stage no matter what. APA will fight against Rejects in the upper bracket first round in the professionals tournament. So we have our top 4 teams. Commiserations to Ikra, Crowley, TQT, and Immortals. They will not be in. They will not qualify to the to the next stage, and sadly, they have to say goodbye to the professionals tournament. And I hope they learn a lot from the games in the professionals tournament. Great to see them here. They've given us some close games, and they've definitely deserved to be here. And these 8 teams make the EU top 8 very competitive, and I hope the competitiveness will continue because it's unprecedented that we have this level of competitiveness, and also a lot of upsets and challenges and lower echelon championships. So well done to everyone, every single one of you. You should all feel very proud at how much you have come through. However, Noxu, another surprise win, and they have won 4-3 against Porg. So well done to Porg. Noxu. Dave. Again, it's another tiebreaker win, and they will join Hu in the lower bracket final. Meanwhile, lower echelon championship, we have RNG 4-1 against Onyx Scan team, and RNG will now be in the grand final, and they will find their opponent tomorrow. And that's me for the EU server. I hope to see you all tomorrow, as I'll see which I will see if I will follow Challengers Tournament or lower echelon championship, or if I will have a sick leave tomorrow. That's all for me. Thank you all for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.